Black Power, y'all. I'm Lennon English, and this is Black Magik, the Living Room series. We'll be talking about music and the culture. Today, I'm gonna start off sharing a song with you I wrote called DNA.
Of its own, formed by bass pairs. Yeah, this music is written on my DNA. This music is written on
So that song is DNA. I wrote that a while back. As I was just examining my history and my lineage, I took time to travel around the world to figure out where I was from, my lineage was from. And I actually had an opportunity, well after writing this song, I discovered a film. It was recommended to me by my sister called Descendant. It's actually about one of my ancestors. The director is Margaret Brown, so shout out to Netflix, and shout out to Margaret Brown, and shout out to Descendant for telling the story of my great-grandfather, Cujo Oduwale Lewis. He tells the story of how he was taken from Africa, brought to the United States illegally on the last slave ship flotilla. It tells the story of how we burned that ship, and how my family, that particular part of my family was able to create a life for themselves, despite being brought here with having no chance of ever, or no hope of ever even going home. I've actually been home, and I'm going to be going home again. So I pay tribute to my ancestors for everything that they endured and everything that they gave to this planet so I could become who I am. So I am because you were, and you were, therefore I am. It's a wild thing when we start talking about DNA, and it's literally the code of our entire existence. For a long time, people had a thing about finding out where they were from, and people started running DNA. It's funny because when DNA was invented, it was supposed to prove that white was, the guy who invented DNA was looking to prove that white people were superior. White people were superior to black people. And then they found out, and that they came first. And then what they found out was exactly the opposite. So shout out to DNA, the song DNA. You'll be able to find that on my site at LennonEnglish.com. And I hope you enjoy it. Welcome to the living room. Welcome to sharing a little Black Magic with me here with the music. I want to, I have so much to say about DNA and this particular story regarding one of my ancestors, but wow, I could talk about the deeds of my ancestors for some time. I hope that I'll live up to their, I know that I'm living up to their rep. I don't have to hope that. But I hope that you are all examining your DNA, finding out what your gifts are, finding out the stories of your ancestors, because all of that makes up who you are. And even if you're not, those stories are manifested in your bloodline. So I hope that you develop a space for even accessing that information subconsciously, consciously, and being able to walk in power and walk in love regarding your DNA. Know who you are. You don't have to go give your priceless DNA. You don't have to pay somebody money to take your priceless DNA, which they're going to resell in some third party, your government, or whoever wants your DNA code. It's priceless. Don't sell it to nobody. You want to know who you are? Go travel around the world. Go look at people that look like you, and you'll find out exactly where you're from, who you are, and it'll just empower you on to what you're going to be when you become. Our atoms and molecules have been in existence for 13.8 billion years that we know of. We were here from the beginning, we'll be here to the end. Smart to know as much of that existence in every existence that you can. So I urge you all, in the journey to knowledge of yourself, get down with your DNA. So of DNA, we got our breakfast today from a place I want to shout out, a black business, the Corner Cafe, right here on Martin Luther King Street in Southeast DC. Y'all fed us breakfast today. It was delicious. If y'all ain't been there, go check them out. And Black Magik, may the gods of your ancestors best protect every step.